If you're running a business or a nonprofit, stop scrolling right now because I want to tell you how to operate a digital business for less than $200 a month. Look, I've been an entrepreneur since 2016, and it just so happens that the man I married was an entrepreneur for several years before that. As of right now, we have one cute little small business and another rapidly growing company that employs over 20 people and has recently had its first $1 million month. Now, I'm not trying to brag, I just want to point out why you should tune into this video because I may be doing well now, but at one point in my life, your girl was limping along. And one of the reasons I was limping was because I was spending tons of money on random apps and software that didn't really help me all that much. They had all these cool sounding bells and whistles with the next app sounding better than the last, but in reality, I was just making my life super difficult and draining much needed coins out of the coffers of my business. And as a financial coach, I have watched so many women do the exact same thing while running their own companies. That's why, in honor of Small Business Week, I'm going to share with you 8 apps that you can use to run your online service or product-based business for less than $200 a month. I was about to go to my old one. Hey dreamers, and welcome back to my channel where we help Christian women trapped in the 9-to-5 life overcome the money worries that are stopping them from stepping full-time into their God-given calling. If you don't know who I am, I'm Tiana Clewis, an author, speaker, executive pastor, and money coach. And now that you know who I am, I figure I should give you some disclaimers. 1, if you run a product-based business, know that I'm not talking about your raw materials, tools, and equipment for creating or shipping the products that you sell. Today, I'm talking about digital tools that you can use to market your goods, connect with customers, execute the sale of the products, and organize your business. I'm trying to focus here on tools that would benefit any business with an online presence, not just one kind. 2, this does not factor in transaction processing fees from your payment processor. Since those are based on a percentage of sales, I can't reliably calculate them. And the last thing that I want to do is confuse you by even trying. 3, as your business grows, you may eventually grow out of some of the options that I talk about today, and that's totally normal and frankly awesome. These tools are simply to get your business started and growing, but in all seriousness, most of these apps can easily be used in a small business generating $1,000, $10,000 a month, or frankly, a business generating millions of dollars a month. So you can probably use a lot of these apps for a pretty long time. Okay, Tiana, is that everything? Did I cover it all? No, I missed something. Okay, one more thing that I have to share. Throughout this video, I'm going to keep a running tally of how much these combined apps are in this corner up here. That way you can see the combined total of what I'm recommending in real time, allowing you to do the math with me and confirm that I'm not BSing you as we walk through this process. All right, you ready? Let's go. The first app I want to talk about relates to the first thing that many entrepreneurs think about when they're opening a new business cards. Now, I want to talk about Blinq, which is a business. So we think that we all need business cards to run a business, but in reality, I don't know about you, but I have a stack of physical business cards sitting in a corner, like tucked in one of these drawers down here. So instead of wasting your money and your time, frankly, going to vistaprint.com, going to Mew.com, designing a business card, getting it printed, getting it shipped to your house, instead, you can use a digital business card. And the app that I like to use for that is called Blinq, B-L-I-N-Q, Blinq. I like Blinq because it literally is the easiest way for me to share my business info with anyone that I meet at vendor events, when I'm just, randomly at the store and talking to someone. Literally, I was shopping for shoes with one of my kids yesterday and ended up sharing my YouTube channel with a young lady. And it was super fast and easy because I didn't have to give her a physical business card. I was just able to shoot her a digital business card that included the link for my YouTube channel, for all of my social media, plus my name, number, contacts, all the things that matter. So when you go to Blinq, all you have to do is put in the link. So you add in a picture, you add in maybe your logo, you put in some links, and next thing you know, you actually have a business card that you can share via a QR code, that you can share with a link, that you can actually just text directly to people. It is the easiest thing in the world. As a matter of fact, when I have a vendor booth, I actually have a cute little framed QR code that says for the people to connect with me to just scan the QR code. And when they do, not only does it put my contact information in their phone, it also allows them to send their contact information right back to me. Even better, you can have multiple business cards on your phone. I have one for Selah Money Ministries, one for Clewis, the business I run for my husband, and one for the church, all in one space. And I absolutely love using it. It's the easiest thing on the planet. Yes, you can use it for free, but I upgraded to the paid version so that I can have the multiple business cards, and that paid version is only $3. $3 a month. Super cheap, and it's definitely a much better use of your coins than buying some physical cards that most people aren't even going to keep around. After business cards, people like to think about websites, and I have two great solutions that don't require you to buy a bunch of separate apps to build the web page, process payments, and track your customers on the back end. Let's start with the option that I think is absolutely wonderful for a product-based business, which is Square. In Square, you can build an online web store that displays your products, has multiple pages, and processes payments. You can track inventory, you can create loyalty programs for current customers, and gift cards to bring in their friends. You have a virtual terminal, online checkout links for each item, invoicing, and the option to buy hardware that allows you to take payments securely in person. They even have some light CRM capabilities that allow you to market and it's moving everything. Tiana, Clewis speaking.
Hi, this is Elizabeth. I'm calling from Betoski Elementary. How are you?
I'm actually in the middle of something, so what's up?
Well, this is going to be super quick.
2 hours later.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You can actually help it along. I'm sorry. All right. They even have some light CRM capabilities that allow you to market to your customers. Plus, if you do offer some services, people can book appointments from your webpage as well. And you can get all of this starting with a free plan, but I would encourage most of you to upgrade to the performance plan for $26 a month so you can have a custom domain, accept PayPal, and have a space for product reviews. So with adding that $26, we now have a total of $29 in apps so far, but that's going to change because I still need to talk about the option for service-based businesses. Now that one is called Kartra, and it's pretty dope if I say so myself. And I do say so because I actively use it right now for both of my business. Yes, including the one that's making millions. With Kartra, you get a ton of features that ultimately allow you to build an entire sales funnel from start to finish. You can create an entire website in Kartra, or just toss up some landing pages for leads to opt in to your latest offer using their built-in forms. You can set up email sequences to nurture those leads with tagging and segmentation. You can have them schedule time on your calendar to talk, or you can send people directly to a checkout page to buy your latest greatest product. And those sales can be one-time, installment, or subscription-based. You can build a membership site to host your course or your community, which we use for both businesses. You can create a help desk to track the questions and issues of all of your clients. You can set up affiliates to sell your program for you, and you have automations to connect all of this stuff. Like I said, it's pretty dope, and what's better is the price. You actually can get all this starting at $99 a month. And since this one is more expensive than Square, let's use that for our running tally. So instead of them being $29 right now, we're at $102. Oh, and this is the most expensive app on the list, so it only gets better from here. Number 4 is an app called OpenPhone, and I absolutely love it because it gives me all of the benefits of a business phone without having to carry around 2 phones like my husband. With this app, I can make phone calls without sharing my personal phone number, and yes, the caller ID does show Selah Money when I call you. I can text like with any cell phone, and when I actually get on the phone with someone voice to voice, that conversation is automatically recorded, which is great for record keeping when people try to call you and then later lie about what was said in the conversation. It's happened to me more times than I would like to admit. Absolutely sucks, but hey, that's why this is my favorite feature. And like with the CRM, I can add tags, custom fields, and notes to a person's contact. I can also mark conversations as done when we're no longer doing business together. OpenPhone also scales very well because you can add an entire team in only a couple of steps, just like we did with Clewis. So for a solopreneur, this is a great option. It's only $10 a month, and when you get an assistant, you can give them access to that number for no additional charge, or get them their own for an additional $5 a month. So believe me, it's totally worth it, especially when I want to mute my business lines and just let her handle them. So now we're at $112 per month with that addition of $10. What's next? What's next is me reminding you that since you're still hanging out, you might as well. You can do this. You can do this. You've got 14 minutes to finish recording. You can do this. What's next is me reminding you that since we're about halfway there and you're still hanging out with me, you might as well smash the like button if you haven't already and subscribe to my channel by clicking the big red button below. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to number 5 by talking about an app that you have probably heard a ton about, Canva. I absolutely adore Canva because it's so easy to design pretty much anything that I need. I've used Canva to create social media posts, documents, images for my membership portals, presentations, thumbnail images, business cards, posters, and even B-roll for my YouTube videos. What some people don't realize is that once you upgrade to the Pro plan, there's a place to store all of your branding materials, such as logos, colors, and even fonts. There's also a content planner where you can schedule the images that you created to go out on your social media channels. This then eliminates your need for having a more expensive social media scheduler on top of it. And if you are, design challenged like I am, Canva's super easy to scale by adding team members who can then design stuff for you. And there are even sites like Creative Market where people actually sell Canva templates that you can quickly import to your profile and begin to use. For the Pro plan, it's actually free for a 501c3 nonprofit, and it's only $13 a month for businesses, so let's add that to our tally. Looks like we're at $125 so far. Next, we have Google Workspace, which is another application that has so many uses and purposes that I honestly don't understand why more people don't talk about it. I am constantly running across businesses that have an email that's like businessname@gmail.com, but why not have something more professional and super easy like info@businessname.com or yourname@businessname.com? I mean, that's what I do. My email address is Tiana@selahmoney.com. It's something that you can do really easily. All you have to do is buy the domain name for a few bucks a year on a site like GoDaddy, and then spend $6 a month on a new Google Workspace account for your business. It does require a little bit of technical work to set up, but there's tons of YouTube tutorials to help you do it in just a few minutes. Plus, you receive that good old Google Drive that you can use for storing and sharing important company files. I've come across way too many entrepreneurs that have data and files on different flash drives and desktops and external hard drives, leaving them unable to find what they need when they need it. Well, since you can access the Google Drive from your phone, tablet, or browser, it makes it easier to do business anytime, anywhere, even if you don't have all of your flash drives with you. And of course, there's the company calendar, there's Google Meet, which you can use if you don't like Zoom. Plus, there's other collaboration tools like Docs, Sheets, Slides, Forms to replace some of the Microsoft Office tools that you may have decided not to purchase. One thing that I love about having a Google Workspace is that it's also easy to scale for future team members. For a time, I had an assistant specifically for Selah, and it only took me a few minutes to have her set up with a selahmoney.com email address, a shared drive, and more. So if you want something that will grow with your business, you definitely want to make this upgrade. Now, like I said, Google Workspace starts at $6 per month, but like Canva, it's free for 501c3 nonprofits. But of course, we're going to add that $6 to the tally, giving us a total of $131 per month. For those of you who need to send out contracts for customers and clients to sign, well, number 7 is an app called eSignatures.io. This is a very simple and easy to use software that allows you to build contracts and send them out via email, text message, links, or even QR codes. Beyond some integration capabilities via Zapier and API webhooks, there aren't a bunch of fancy bells and whistles with this app. It's all about creating, sending, and signing contracts. That's it. I especially love the fact that eSignatures doesn't have a monthly fee. They have a rate of 50 cents per contract, an additional 2 cents for every contract sent via text message in the US, or 9 cents for those internationally. So if you're sending about 30 contracts a month via email, that will be $15 monthly. So let's use that number for our tally, bringing it to $146 per month. Our final application on the list is QuickBooks. Come on, you should have seen something like this coming. As a money coach, I've witnessed too many people run their businesses into the ground because they weren't keeping up with their finances. How can you make smart business decisions about what products to keep or discard, when to pay yourself, or when to add a team member if you don't track your income and your expenses? Now, I will admit that QuickBooks can be a little bit of a pain in the butt to learn how to use, but it's absolutely worth it in the end. Using QuickBooks, you can link your bank so that the software automatically pulls in every transaction that flows in and out of your business bank accounts. There are even apps that will allow you to link things like PayPal, Stripe, and other payment processors, keeping your transaction list up to date. Then all you have to do is sit down once a week to put the transactions into a relevant budget category or accounting category so the system can do the math for you. If you have clients that you work with and need to track their payments, you can link invoices and payments to that client. And then you can send them periodic statements to show them their balance. How are you ringing? What part of Do Not Disturb are we not understanding? Like, it's on Do Not Disturb. Fudge-tastic. Want to track your mileage? Download their app and just turn the daggone thing on. Are you using contractors to help you with things like design and video editing and other tasks? You can track that and send out their 1099 for tax season with a few clicks of the mouse. Speaking of tax season, you can export your income statements and balance sheets in a few minutes to send to your CPA. And honestly, I can talk all day about the options in QuickBooks, but what matters most to me is what happens when you're ready to hire a bookkeeper or accountant for your business. All you have to do is add them to the QuickBooks account, and they can make all the changes that they need to fix any mistakes that you may have made in the past. Trust me, it's often cheaper than them having to absolutely do everything from scratch because you have a pile of receipts that you may or may not be able to find. Now, for a nonprofit, you can use a lovely website called TechSoup to get access to QuickBooks for only $75 a year for 5 users. Otherwise, QuickBooks starts at $25 per month, and you can grow over time depending on additional features that you may need. So now let's add that $25 from QuickBooks to our tally, giving us a grand total of $171 for the 8 apps on this list. Now, if you're a 501c3, you're not really worried about taxes, but for businesses like mine, we gotta know. And so using the tax rate here in Dallas, Texas, we end up with $185.11 per month to run your business from start to finish digitally. So how does that sound? Are you spending more than that? Spending less? As a matter of fact, let me know in the comments some of your favorite apps for running your business if you're not already using all these. Oh, and yes, I do have affiliate links for each of these apps in the description because, yes, I've actively used every single one. So, you know what? Let me help you help me. How about that? Or help me help you. Yeah, that's what I should have said. All right, so that's all I have for today. But before you go, don't forget to let me know that you found this video useful by hitting that thumbs up button and subscribing to my channel by clicking the big red button below. Be sure to hit the bell so that you're notified each week when I drop brand new money tips and biblical strategies designed to help you break through your financial barriers so you can step big, bad, and boldly into your God-given calling full time. With that, I'm going to get back to work, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.